Hey y'all, it's Mars, and today we're going to talk about something a little bit more serious, and that is how YouTube ensnares you in its trap. Alright, so let me say something. I'm not pretending to be the expert on YouTube. I definitely am not. And I'm currently in a state where I'm learning a lot of things because I don't know if y'all know it, but I'm still just a kid. You know, I go to school. I don't know how to drive. I don't have a lot of friends. I'm still socially awkward. Like, I'm still a kid, not like a little kid, because I'm damn close to being legal. And you know, I gotta be careful saying that because I've already started to have to deal with creepy people coming in to my channel and to my social media and even in real life, because now I have the body of a woman, so that means that it has attracted some creeps. But anyways, that's besides the point. What I'm here to talk to y'all about is about the importance of, you know, balancing YouTube. This is coming to someone who's been here for a while. I've been on the site for 10 years as a poster. I've been posting on this account for a little over 8 years. I've been a monetized creator for 1 year. And let me tell y'all are not ready to be creators. Y'all think y'all are ready for being creators. And I learned that lesson way later than I should have. Because, like, you know, when you're first getting into it, you're like, oh, it's gonna be easy, it's going so well. But y'all are not ready to have it become your job, part-time job, let alone full-time job. Because there is an important discipline and balance to that. And I'm not trying to be like holier than thou, I'm like the Jesus of YouTube. No, I'm not. I'm nowhere close to that, bro. But some people are gonna learn the hard way and some people are gonna learn the easy way. And sadly, I'm one of those people who learned the hard way. And I know I've been yapping for a while. I've probably lost almost my whole audience at this point, who's watching this video. But anyways, what I wanted to talk about is how YouTube can absolutely wreck your mental health. And I've learned that firsthand. Because it does not take long before you're being like, wow, my stats are looking good too. Give me the stats, I need them. Like that type of stuff. And it did not take long for that to happen to me. So last year was when I became monetized. And at first I was excited. I started off with getting a few cents a day. And I was, I was chilling. At that point, I was maybe only getting a few hundred views a day, and I was chill with it. But as time goes on, you start setting the bar higher and higher and higher and higher. And let me say this, eventually it's not going to be enough anymore, and eventually you're going to crave more and more and more and more until you're holding yourself to such a high standard that you can't really keep it. And everybody talks about going viral, but they don't talk about the crash that comes after it. Y'all, going viral is like a roller coaster. You're gonna go up, and then you're gonna go down, baby. And you can get back up again. But you're gonna have to go around the rest of the track, walk out, go through the line again, get your wristband scanned, sit down for maybe a few seconds to a few minutes before you can go back up again. And don't get me started on going on the track to going back up again. And it's not easy, y'all. It's not easy. Because YouTube is kind of like a drug. And every single time you have a good video, it's like getting a hit of that drug. But once you're not getting that standard that you want, eventually you're gonna start craving it. I remember there were points that I was checking my analytics app probably a few dozen times a day. And let me tell you something. There have been times where I have been on the YouTube app for half of the day. I slept half of the day, and the other half was basically on YouTube. I was not texting anyone. I was not talking to anyone. I was not going on any other apps. I was not even leaving my bed. Like, I was sitting up in my bed for the whole entire day, not having any social interaction, just being on YouTube. Not eating, not sleeping. And I hate to say this, because I know some of y'all are going to be like, ew, that's gross. But not even taking a shower or brushing my teeth. But y'all need to hear that, because y'all don't realize how addicting YouTube can become. And when I got my first strike, like, it devastated me. I was like cranking and cranking and cranking. And eventually there comes a point where, you know, anything that you like, once you start making money, it's gonna change. Because at that point, you're gonna start feeling forced to do it. Because you saw the result, you saw the money, and now you're like, I want more of that money. I want more of that cash. I want more of that good dough. And that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna want the dough. And you're gonna start overworking yourself for the dough. I was at points where I was posting, like, I think the most videos I posted in a day was probably a good few dozen videos. And I'm not kidding. Like, posting after post after post. And every single time I saw those videos flopping in the analytics, I would feel like my stomach drop. I saw my subscribers drop. I was like, OMG, my channel is dying, my channel is dying. And when y'all saw them videos of me laughing and behaving like a fool, y'all were seeing my mental state crumble. Y'all were seeing me start to literally go mad because of YouTube. And I know it sounds stupid, but it's for real. Like, I was not taking care of myself properly. I was not doing my schoolwork. I was not doing what I was supposed to do. I was not having social interactions. I ate, breathed, and slept YouTube. And that's a bad thing, because it's important to have an important balance. You know why y'all favorite creator might only post once a week or once a month? Or I know some creators that I really love, they only post like once every few months. And you know, y'all might be impatient, like, get out a video already. But y'all know there's an important reason why they do that, because they're trying to make quality stuff. If you want to see what posting every day looks like, there's a lot of examples I could show you that. One notable example being Master Uwe. You know what happened to him? Banned. Banned is what happened to him. Because when you start seeing YouTube as more like a production line and less of, you know, something where you should actually be taking care, put important stuff out into the world, you know what happens? You start putting out garbage. I'm just gonna say, you start shit posting. I'm just gonna say flat, blank, and square. You're gonna start putting out whatever. You're gonna be like one of them people in your comments may be like, whatever pays the bill. You're gonna be doing all sorts of nonsense. And some people take that way too far. Before you know it, they're committing crimes for even a speck of that dough. And That's why it's important to tell people this, because people are like, I want to be a YouTuber, and they don't know what that entails. And it's important to have a good balance of it, because you being your own boss, like it is on YouTube, I mean, of course, there's YouTube community guidelines and all that over you, but you're mostly the one who's going to be doing it. You might have a production team or something, but you're still going to be the main boss of your channel. Which means, but the thing is that y'all might be like, oh, I don't want another person bossing me. But the thing is that having yourself boss yourself is like even worse than having someone else boss you. Like, I'm a person who's worked real life jobs, and let me say, it is a relief to get to sit back and have someone tell you what to do and you just do it. And there's something really relieving about being a mindless Joe in a corporation. Your boss tells you, restock the chips. You restock the chips. Your boss tells you, go clean the bathroom. You go clean the bathroom. All you gotta do is listen to your boss and you get paid. But when you're your own boss, you're not gonna leave yourself alone. Let me just say that. You're gonna, everywhere you go, you're gonna be thinking about your business. And if it's YouTube, which is what we're talking about, it's gonna be YouTube. I walk outside and YouTube is like a ghost. It, lives in me. If y'all know what I'm saying. It never leaves you. You're gonna be in class thinking about how you can turn this class into content. You're gonna be outside thinking about how you can turn the trees into content. You're gonna be breathing and thinking about how you can turn your breath into content. It's never going to leave you. And you might find yourself at a point where you're just posting and posting and posting, and you're going to be burning yourself to the ground. And the corporation likes when that happens because they get to make money. But the thing is that you need to be careful. You need to be wary of it. You need to make sure that you are developing a balance and a plan to it. Because a lot of people jump in, a lot of people get onto the train with the algorithm treats them. Let me say it. The algorithm treated me. They decided, oh, she looks cool. Let's put her on the trending page. And, I'm grateful for that treat, because that treat is why I have such a great camera now. Thanks to my subscribers, I could actually buy a new phone. But anyways, once you're done getting the boost in the trending page, they're going to put a new person there, and then you're going to have to work. And figuring out a plan and how not to offend people, how to post regularly but not too regularly. That stuff is going to eat at you, and you need to actually start making it, you need to start balancing it. It's not something you could just choose to spontaneously do anymore. I used to do the spontaneous posting, but now you need to choose the more strategic posting. You need to have a rhyme and reason to your posting. Because when you're a creator with maybe 10 or 100 so subscribers, you could post whatever. You could post a video of yourself taking a big fat dump on the toilet. I mean, that's probably against YouTube's community guidelines, but honestly, if a small channel posts taking a shit in my toilet video, that's gonna get views, but when only one person's gonna see it, it's probably still gonna stay up there. But once you're a big creator, let's say Danny Gonzalez posted a video of himself taking a dump in his toilet. People are gonna be like, what the F done, Danny? Why'd you post a video of yourself taking a dump in the toilet? He's gonna get mass reported. His whole career could go down the drain because he posted the dump video. And that's the thing. Once you start getting an audience, and once you start getting treated by the algorithm can only take you so far. You're gonna eventually have to create your own rhyme and reason. And that's the thing that a lot of people trying to be YouTubers or trying to start other businesses don't realize. That honestly, sometimes you're just better off working for someone else. It feels great to be able to be a mindless drone given whatever task to do. Because, you know, as Uncle Ben said, great power comes great responsibility. So, yeah. Once you're at the top, you know, you can lay back. You say, I'm going to hire a production team or whatever. Like, it's still not going to be easy, but, you know, you could hire people for stuff. But when you're in the state I am in currently, where I'm a YouTuber, but I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a YouTuber. I'm literally a kid sitting in her house or wherever I'd be sitting at making my videos. It's different places depending on how I feel. But anyways, who has to try to find that on their own until the point where getting a production team and everything. So y'all, I know this video was kind of long, and if you're sticking here with me, I thank you so greatly for that. I don't want to sound like hungry or anything, but it would be really nice if I could get paid next month. I don't know why I laughed at that. So, if you watched the video, just thank you for that. And you know, it wouldn't hurt to subscribe. My analytics are looking a little rough, and I could use someone to spice them up a little. Anyways, that's basically the end of the video. I have work to do, but I just really wanted to come on here and say this before I go get caught up with something else and forget. Y'all, balance your posting, create a rhyme and reason before you even get monetized. Like, start practicing when the stakes are low, because maybe you have 10 people watching your videos. Start when you have 0 people watching your videos, because you're going to need it once you start having people watching videos. Anyways, bon voyage. I'm gonna go sit here and do some work for probably a while. Bye.